welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey with us, growing one big family. And I appreciate all the support I can get. I want to mention that if the video is too fast for you on my tutorials, up top there's 3 little buttons on the right hand corner for most of you. For some of you, it's on your settings as you go to the video. For the 3 little buttons up top, click there. It tells you to slow down the video to the speed you'd like. Also turn the CC caption, which is right next to the 3 little buttons, so you can read all the stitch calling that I'm doing. Down here, everything will be written. You could also choose the language you like by just clicking on the 3 little buttons and go to the language you would like, and you would have it on your own language, everything written down here. So I also want to mention thank you so much for the people that came through for the thread and have donated some money, either through the super thanks or through my PayPal account. Now, when you do the super thanks, YouTube itself takes 30% of whatever you're donating through there. Obviously, PayPal, they don't take anything, but choice is yours. You can do whatever you'd like, as long as you have it in your heart to help out the women in need of thread. And I thank you in advance, and they do too. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important. Also, sharing is caring. And invite your friends to the channel. I also have the crochet group, private group, if you'd like to be in the private group. All you have to do is request, and one of my monitors will review, as long as you have a profile picture, and accept you into the group. I also have a crochet page. You can follow me through there. On Facebook, of course. This is all Facebook. Also Instagram, if you need any help with creating some patterns and you're stuck and you have Instagram, you can message me through Instagram. It's much easier and faster to get a hold of me. I also have TikTok. Everything is on the description box. All the video links, if I have part 1, 2, 3, also is in the description box below the video. There's a little arrow like a V right on the right hand side below the video. You click on there, it opens up that page, and all the links are there. So thank you once again. We are going to get started. Please be careful if you're involved into the crochet groups. There's a lot of scammers, and they launch links with bits and cuts. These are scammers. They will rob you, your identity, and all your information on your phone or your computers. Don't open those sites up. It's extremely important that you are careful, because there's a lot going on into the crochet groups nowadays. Okay, let's get started, everyone. Okay, everyone, so we are going to create another placemat doily. You can place it anywhere. You can add them together, make it as a table runner by adding 2 or 3, depending upon the size of your table or your buffet, anywhere basically. So it's going to be a fast tutorial. I was requested to do a doily with possibly white and royal blue, because they are so tempted to try different colors, but they're afraid, and I understand that, because I used to be very scared at the beginning to try different colors, especially with these type of colors. You know, it was always either the off-white, the white, the cream, the beige, the light yellow, baby blue, very light. So yeah, okay, so we're going to do this for the pleasure of mixing colors. It's going to be very easy. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. I can't stress enough to ask you guys to do it. That's the least you can do for us creators in order to have the channel to be rolling worldwide, being recognized, and having people to come and subscribe. That's the only way we can really survive and continue this art, because it's very hard to just keep creating so many different pieces and not getting recognition for it. It gets complicated. Okay, so 2.75 hook, a small one to tuck in loose ends, and of course I have a pair of scissors somewhere. And a pair of scissors. These are 100% cotton thread. They're Portugal brands. They're similar to Aunt Lydia number 3. Aunt Lydia number 3 is a bit thicker, so the pattern will become bigger. Okay, in case in some countries like islands, it's very hard to get Aunt Lydia number 3, you can double or triple your number 10 thread. Most islands do have number 10 thread from Aunt Lydia, so you can do that and you should get the right size of doily. Okay everyone, so today I'm doing the continuation of the last upload that I did. For some of you that follow me already know which one, which is this Daisy doily. You can have it separate as a doily, or you can do exactly what I'm going to do now, which is a table runner. It takes two of the same size to put side to side in the, this is the middle piece, which is bigger. I will leave the link to the tutorial to just this motive here, because I'm going to continue the tutorial on the rest. On this one I have 11 rows of the motifs here. That means I have 11 double crochets with that increase at the end. And this is row 12. Okay, so all together the small one is row 12, which it's on the tutorial. Now I already done my two pieces the same size, okay, and this will be attached on both sides of this pattern. I wanted to do the middle piece in white just to be different, so you can do the tutorial all the way. This one has 13 rows of this motive. Now I'm just going to close in with all double crochets like on the other one. We're still going to do the increase here at the end as we've been doing, and one inside of the space of the two chain. Okay, you're supposed to have 180 double crochets on this in order hopefully to fit in properly. If not, we'll have to make an adjustment, which is not complicated at all. So basically you'd continue to do the double crochets as we've been doing on the other doilies. So all you have to do is just go to that pattern. I'll leave the link below. Create until row 13 your middle piece, and with that link you need two of the same size. Not unless you're making it smaller. If you want to go bigger, just make sure you finish this motive in odd number, and even the small doilies in odd number, because you're supposed to have even number on this last row of the double crochets before doing the effect of the flower. So on the last double crochet I'm going to add two together. So basically we had 13 on here, now we have 14, but we're closing out the centerpiece. We're adding one in the center and then continue on. I'm going to continue mine, and then I'm cutting my thread, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so I'm coming in with the multicolored green. Just gonna, you can go anywhere actually. So I'm coming in with the single and chain 2 for double crochet, and then 2 more for space. We're creating V's. Okay, come back into the same space and do a double crochet. So we have our first V. I'm going to do 1 chain space. I'm going to skip 1, 2 on my third one. 1, 2 on my third one, creating the second V. So this row is all about V's. 1 chain space, skip 2 space into the third one. We're going to do this all the way around. Now, these V's have to be counted. Like, let's say on the small one we have 50 V's, so that means we need 50 or 55 or 60 or 65. It can't be at 62 or 3 or 4, because it's done, the next rows will be done by 5s, so it has to add into 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Okay, I'll let you know if it measures up at the end. If not, we'll do an adjustment to make sure that we do have the right amount of V's in here for the next row. Okay, so continue yours and I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so on this one I have 60 V's, which landed perfect. I didn't have to make any adjustment. So that goes really well when it's like that. So I'm coming in the middle of the V, and I'm going to do a single and 2 chain. Come back into the middle and creating these little loops. Okay, 1 chain space, coming into the next V, single, 2 chain, And again, one chain space coming into the V, 2 chain. Ooh, I have a habit of doing double crochet, right? So we need to do 4 loops, 2 chain. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. On my next one, I'm going to create the leaves. So do a single and chain 12. After doing chain 12, I'm going to come on my second chain and do a single. Next chain, I'm doing a half double crochet. Next chain, another half, so single, 2 halves. Doing 1, 2, these are double crochets, 3, 4, 4 double crochets, 2 halves again, 1 half, next space, 1 half, and last space, a single. So you have your first leaf done. Coming back into the center with a single and doing chain 12. They're all 3 of them will be chain 12. I've done my chain 12. I'm going to come in my 7th chain. 1, 2, counting the first one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On your 7th, slip stitch. Next one, singles. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 singles. Coming back in with a single, and we're going to repeat this one. This is where the flower is going to go. So we're going to repeat chain 12 again. 1, 2, 3 till 12. So we got chain 12. I'm coming in the second chain, single, 2 halves, 1 per space, and 4 double crochet. So I have 2, 3, and 4. We're going to do the 2 halves again. Did I miss something here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably did an extra chain. Okay, no biggie. I'm not going to take it all down. I did an extra chain. I believe so. Single, 2 halves, 4. I'm going to do another one. When it's like that, there's no point of taking it down. Just do another double crochet. Okay, 2 halves. And the last one, a single. And come back in the V with a single. 1 chain. We're going to repeat those loops again 4 times, exactly like we did. Single, 2 chains, single in the same space. 1 chain space, next V, 2 chain, single, 1 chain, next V, single, 2 chain. So we have 1, 2, 3, chain, single, 2 chain. This is our 4th, and on the 5th one, we're going to create those leaves again. So 12, chain again, and just repeat exactly what we did here. So we always have to have 4 V's or loops out and create on the 5th. Okay, exactly like this. They're all 12 chain. If you need to rewind a bit, go ahead. So it's a single, 2 halves, 4 double crochet, 2 halves, and a single. In case you miss, don't take it all down. Just do another double crochet or another half, whatever way works for you. Okay. Okay, for some reason, I guess I had missed the first one for sure because it's 12 chain, 1 single, 2 halves, 5 double crochets, 2 halves, and a single. For some reason, I don't know why I miscalculated that, but it does happen. What can I say? Come back in, and now this is where the flower is going to go. So it's just 12 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and count 7 back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slip stitch, and then single per space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come back in single and chain 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we don't do the first one. We come into the second with a single, half, another half, and then your 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2 halves, 1 per space, so half, the next one, and the single. Come back in, 1 chain, and create your 4 loop space. So we have the first one, 1 chain space, 2 single, 2 chain, single, 1 chain, single, 2 chain, single, and then start creating these again on the 5th one. So you have to do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, everyone, as you can see, we had started with the 4 loops, and I'm on my last one here, and I already skipped 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it just ends up perfect. So I'm going to do my last 3 leaves and the one for the flower, and then I'm cutting my thread. Okay, everyone, so I'm going to come in with my yellow this time because the middle piece is the contrast of the smaller pieces. So I'm going to grab the last leaf here. We have the 3, the last one right on the edge, and do a single and grab the other one also at the edge. And do a single. Okay, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chains. I'm going to come in to center that loop that we did. With triple and complete. So 1, 2, and 3, and close it off. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, we're going to do 3 groups or 4 groups of triple. 2, 3, and close it off. 3 chain space, and again 2 more groups of triple, and complete, and close it off. 1 more, chain 3, take out 2, and complete, take out 2, take out 2. So we have the 3, and then close together. Chain 8 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to repeat the same thing. Come on the last loop, single, grab the other one, and just repeat the process all the way around the same way. And do chain 8 again, so it's going to look like that. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so we pretty much finished doing all of our 8 chain, our 4 groups of 3 triple and complete. And now we're coming in with the white. We're going to do a single inside of the first 3 chain of the flower, and 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a single. And I come into the next space again. Single, 4 double crochets, and a single. Same thing on the last one here. Single, 4 double crochets, and a single. We're going to come on the chain and do 8 singles. We're going to come in the center, single, and then again 8 singles on the next chain, and we're going to repeat the same thing as we did here on the flower. We're going to do that all the way around. So nothing to it. 8 singles, come inside the space, single, 4 double crochet, single, and repeat. Okay, you guys, so I'm pretty much finished doing. Now what I did was I marked the small ones. The small ones has 10 flowers. So I marked number 10, number 9 on this side, and you leave 1, 2, 3 out, and you mark again, and you mark again. And on this side, there's 1, 2, 3 out, because we have to, actually one side. I don't know why I marked both, but anyway, I guess because I was marking this one. So this one has 12 flowers. So you'd mark 11 and 12. That means you're going to leave 4 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and mark again the next 2. That's what I was doing, and I went ahead, not thinking, and did the same thing to the small ones. And there's 4 on this side out. So we're going to do the last row, and we're going to attach at the same time. Doesn't matter where you attach it to. I don't know why I marked this, but whatever, you know, just sometimes the brain is overworking. Don't mind me sometimes, you know. I'm in that bubble just concentrating to think what's the next stitch and what's the next stitch in order to have everything come together, because this is my creation. This is my design. So you're pretty much going to attach it to anywhere on the small ones. Okay, so I'm going to come in with the royal blue to have it all match up. of course. So I'm just going to start the one before just so we don't get confused. So I'm going to start the one before we marked. And I'm going to grab back loop only and do singles. Try to hide my thread at the same time. It's always best in order not to come back and deal with it. So back loops, singles. Okay, and I started on the first little flower here until the last back loop here on the flower. Now here we're going to do a front post. So we're just going to come in like that sideways, stretch, bring it up, and do a single. Again, I'm going to grab back loop only, back loops, and again, it's all very simple, nothing to it. When you get to this last one here, we have to do front post, so stretch and single, and then back loops again. Okay, on the paddle. We're also going to do front post on the last one here. Now we're going to come in all the way and do slip stitch on each single we have here, and this is going to be repeatedly the same way and all around. So just slip stitch through it. When you get to the center here, do a single and slip stitch. Okay, and continue until we get, and we're going to repeat the same thing until we get to the second double crochet on the middle flower. Remembering when you're doing your slip stitch here, you're on your last one, you must come back again and do that front post. Okay, and then back loops only on the flower. I was going to go straight, and then I said, no, I better record in case they get mixed up or something, you know, it can happen. Okay, until the last one, and then you're going to do your front post. Now I'm going to take my marker out because I don't need it now, because on my second double crochet I'm going to attach. So single, this is my first double crochet, and this is my second double crochet. So I'm going to grab any flower here on the middle. Of course has to be the middle flower, you know how it is, back to back. So you have your single double crochet and your second double crochet. So come in it, single, and then again back loop, single, single, single. We're going to do the front post with a single, so stretch it and continue on to do back loops on your flower again. When you get to the last one, remember you have to come in and do front post on the flower here. Okay, so it's going to look like this, and then we're going to attach it on the next one also, which we have the marker here. So now after you've done your front post, we're going to come directly inside of the first single, slip stitch, slip stitch, slip stitch, all the way through until we get to the center of the leaves, and single on the center of the leaf. Then slip stitch, okay, until we get to the marker to do the the attachment. Okay, so get here to the last one, and again. Front post, and then single. Make sure you get that single in there from the flower, or else it's going to look like teeny weeny little paddles. That wouldn't be good, right? I'm going to take this marker out because I don't need it anymore. I now have to attach it on the second double crochet. So I'm going to come in, front post, and then continue with back loop single. So I'm on my, that was the single, I'm on my double crochet from the flower, the first one, and I'm on my second one. So now I'm going to grab the next flower, and I'm going to count, right? So this is the middle one. So we have the single, the first double crochet, and the second double crochet. So I'm just going to come straight in with the single, and not back loops, just right into the where we already have the single from the other blue on that pattern, so it can be secure. Because if you grab only back loops, it's too heavy for that attachment. That won't be good. And then come back in again, front post, and then continue on. Now, so basically this is what it looks like, the attachment. Of course, once you have it blocked, ironed, for some of you that do the iron, I do it, and I like to spray laundry softener so it can smell good, and it stretches pretty well, and it's pretty good in a small ball. I stretch it with my hands, and then I just steam iron a bit. Okay, so I'm going to continue. And now, where you have your other markers, then you grab the other pattern and you do the same thing back to back and put it on exactly how we did it here. If you need to rewind when you get here, then go ahead. I'm just going to continue so I can finish it up. Okay, everyone, so pretty much done with it. So one side is attached and the other side's attached. Just make sure that you have those markers perfectly on in order to be straight in line. I want to thank every single one of you for being part of this journey with me. If you're a newcomer or you're just, a watcher and just enjoy watching tutorials and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It does help the channel a lot. Giving thumbs up, it helps tremendously. This is the only way us creators can have the channel be recognized and keep going forward with tutorials. It's literally impossible if we don't get recognized. We can't be spending so much money on threads, hooks, and needles, and cameras and lightings and everything that goes with it. And so many hours and so many days, weeks, months, years, creating these pieces for you guys for free. If we don't get recognized, it's just literally impossible. So please do help the creators, designers that come out of their way, that work so hard to bring these pieces for you for free. So I ask of you to give a thumbs up, do your comments or little hearts, whatever. It's free. It's, nobody charges you for anything. Hit that subscription button, extremely important, and the bell notification to be notified. I'm going to have a little video and pictures at the end, and the measurements, and also the link to the centerpiece tutorial. And once you get to number 14 or 13, you come back, because then it continues on from there. Once you finish doing your centerpiece of 14 double crochets here, and then the tutorial goes on from there. Okay, so create 2 of the small ones and 1 big one. Thank you so much. I send you so much love and hugs. Until next time. Bye.